Welcome guys, welcome to a new video. It feels like a hot minute since they released a new hero. So right now there are two portals that are open, which consists of two new heroes. Two portals worth of new heroes. The costume summon has some new heroes, which I'm doing a video later. But right now we're going to focus on the seasonal summon that just came out. So they are introducing some new heroes, which also tie in back with the previous Sand Empire heroes. So you have 3 new 5 stars, 1 new 4 star, 1 new 3 star, and then you have the previous Sand Empire heroes, which are Rock, Rada, Yunan, Jafar, Jabbar, and Arman and his son. So let's just have a look at the new heroes and let's see what they all are about. So I'm going to start, this time I'll start from the 3 stars. I think it's much easier to do that. So let's start with Dollrack. So he's a 3 star yellow paladin. So all the new beach party heroes have this family bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes, minus 20%, minus 40%, minus 60% damage received from damage over time status effects. So anything with poison, fire, I think sand damage, water damage, so all these are being reduced. Interesting that they introduced something like this. And if we look back, I'm just gonna look back at the at Sersha, which is from the Slayer team. Okay, we can actually look at Cillian. Not this one. Yep, this one. Damage caused by status ailments reduced by negative 50%. So this one would be almost similar, I think. So like that one requires a damage over time effect. This one requires, as long as it's from a status ailment, it is reduced by 50%. So I think this I like the Slayer ones better, although the Slayer heroes are a bit weak. So let's look again at Dollrack. So that family bonus, please be aware of that. And then he does have 2 different passive, which is resist water damage. So heroes like Vila or Thetis, you're not able to damage this beach party heroes with her special skill. That damage over time doesn't happen. And then damage over time on special. When this character casts their special skill, all enemies receive 196 water damage over 2 turns. So instead of getting hit with water damage, they're gonna hit you back with water damage. And I really hope that they fix this bug of heroes disappearing. Alright, Sunscreen Blast. Average speed. Deals 270% damage to the target. The target gets negative 30% defense for 4 turns. The effect duration resets if the target is healed. The target gets negative 40% decrease for any healing received for 4 turns. So similar to how the Sand Empire heroes were, they do have this ailment which they decrease healing. Remains to be seen if it's still any good, because I kind of like using Serendite to kind of reduce Hathor's healing, Aramis's healing. So having something like this on a 3 star, you kind of stop healing from. I think people are still using that green Graveler from season 3, or even on maybe Faiz before Faiz fires. So, but this is more of a snipe, more of a precursor to a snipe. So if you have like a strong sniper, you can kind of use Dollrack first. The thing that I don't like about this is Dollrack is average speed, especially when you're talking about 3 star raid tournaments. You don't have mana troops, in which case average speed is more like slow speed, because you still need 4 matches in order for you to get your special skill up. So kind of meh on Dollrack. Wish it would have been a little bit better. I mean, fast speed would have been perfectly fine here, I think. So yeah, I think being average speed makes him pretty weak. So we're gonna look at the 4 star, which is I think his name was Ilham or something like that. Let's have a look. Where is he? Okay, Itham, whatever. 4 star paladin, red. So beach party family bonus. having resist water damage, and uh, because I guess he's a 4-star, so they receive more water damage, so this is 222 water damage upon special skill casting over 2 turns. Cannonball Splash, average speed, deals 270% damage to the target and nearby enemies. The target and nearby enemies are immune to new status effect buffs for 3 turns and receive 70 damage for each attempted buff. The caster and nearby allies resist new effects that block usage of special skills for 3 turns. So, kind of like having El Nadaha's effect here, and then you're able to resist, like for example Alfrag or double costume Quintus firing at you. So pretty okay, but I still don't like that it's average, because again, for 4-star tournaments you don't have mana troops, so that is a big problem as well. So overall, I think I like the 270% damage to target nearby enemies. It's a hit tree that hits evenly. That's okay. I like the immune to new status effect buffs. I just don't like the speed. Like, I just wish average speed for 3 stars and 4 stars feels like they're very like middle of the pack. The fact that it feels like you could have made them slow and deal more damage, or go fast and reduce the damage a little bit. So that's where I feel like the power level of 4 stars and 3 stars should be. So this one, after all the power creep that we've seen, this one feels very, like, it feels very middle. Also remember that whenever you deal damage, whenever you cast a special skill, you hit everyone with the water damage. So I guess that comes into the factor as well. So that's we'll yet to see. If I get him, might level him up just to see how much damage he will actually deal. Based on the fact that they're using this, you can see the stats here. I'm assuming that as a paladin he wouldn't be able to have that much sword value, so he wouldn't hit as hard as, for example, someone like Cillian. But I guess Cillian's stats are a bit outdated, so maybe that's the reason why. So okay, so now we get to go on to the 5 stars. Hold on, let me refresh this. Alright, so Mortimer. Let's look at Mortimer first. He is a purple, a dark 5-star rogue. So same thing, you have the Beach Party family bonus, you have the resist water damage, and since he's a 5-star, when he casts his special skill, all enemies receive 274 water damage over 2 turns. Not bad. Okay, Tidal Waves. Average speed, again, deals 480% damage to the target and minor damage to nearby enemies, so not even. So he's hitting the main target by a lot, and you hit the two flanks by a bit less than 480% damage. The target and nearby enemies get silenced for 3 turns. Well, that's okay. The caster and nearby allies resist new effects that block usage of special skills for 3 turns. Okay, I like the fact that he's silenced. I can see this being used more in the same vein as how Cupido was being used. You will more or less use him for very fast wars control, rather than using him for regular wars. I'm going to put it out here because not many people use Cupido for regular wars. Because at average speed, it's so difficult for you to have control over, like, it takes long enough for you to get 3 matches, and then you want to use these kind of skills to kind of control the board. It's actually really hard. Like, you would rather use someone like Hurricane or someone like Aramis in order for you to deal more damage and basically kill 3 after 3 matches. So Mortimer falls under that same vein as Cupido. I think he'll be absolutely amazing in very fast wars, not so much on regular wars, but it's still usable if you're playing in the mid tier, maybe top 60, top 70 maybe. But as you go up to like top 20, top 10, top 5, where defenses are much faster, then he falls off. But yeah, so in very fast wars, this one will be amazing. So pretty decent hero. Not bad. Okay, so the reason I want to do that is I can avoid all this spinning and just go to the go to the last two, which are the featured new heroes uh, of this summoning portal. So the first one is Flip, 5 star, red sorcerer. So same passives. Oh, it's different. Huh. This one deals 260 damage. So I assume that this damage over time on special actually caters to. Damn it! I have to go back to the. I guess it caters to the power of the hero. So this one is 1088 sword. This one is 1149, and therefore his water damage is a bit higher. So I guess that's the reason. So I guess that scales. So that means if I turn this off, yeah, it's 200 water damage. So it's less. It depends on the sword value. Very interesting. Alright, so 5 star red sorcerer. To the rescue. Average mana speed. Recovers 45% health for all allies. That's pretty okay. All allies bypass defensive buffs with their attacks for 4 turns. Defensive buffs include counter attacks. So this is something similar to Willow. And something similar to how usually special skills will get to bypass counter attacks. So this one is more on basic attacks as well as I think their special skills, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to test this out. And the final part, all allies get plus 50% critical chance for 4 turns. That is, I think, one of the highest. I think right now for Nexa also gives 50%. Jasper also gives 50%. But this one at least comes with a heal as well. And this is more of an offensive kind of support rather than Phonexa, which is I think you would use her for the heal, attack up, Bard advantage. So I'll give the advantage to Phonexa actually. Flip, this one is a bit more situational. You would want to use this against defenses where they have counter attacks. So like Obakan, Sif, Liu Bei, for example. So yeah, pretty okay, but not to say that strong over Phonexa. Like Phonexa isn't used that much anyways, and now Flip, I don't think you'll see him use that more frequent than Phonexa. But 50% critical chance is good for Titans as well. So if you need that slot for Titans, like for example, if you don't have Zenobia, for example, or you don't want to use Franz or Hematask or Buster, because Buster produces minions which might slow down the attack, you can use Flip as the alternative to give critical chance. So I can see this being used for Mythic Titans as well. So okay. And then the final one, Misty, which I think is the best. 5-star blue, cleric class, same thing, 1149, same as Mortimer, so that's why it's 274 water damage. So fast speed, C star burst, boosts health of all allies by 180, boosted health can exceed maximum HP, reduces max health of all enemies by 180. The effect is stronger against targets with boosted health, and they show you why. Max health can't get lower than 30% of the original max health, but any boosted health is reduced by an additional 180. So how this works is, if the enemy has already boosted health, let's say he has boosted health by 180, what this skill does is, before he reduces the max health by 180, he will remove 180 worth of boosted health and then only reduce the max health by 180. So that means without boosted health, you're only hitting the target by 180, so reducing by 180. But if let's say you have a hero that has boosted health, so let's say for example, a better example would be if he has 180, or let's say 360 boosted health. So this skill will remove all the boosted health from it, because first, any boosted health is reduced by 180, and then you knock it down by another 180. So that's pretty good. And deals 180% damage to all enemies. Now, I like this because if you realize, most heroes that provide max health reduction does not come with an actual damage hit, except I think Alfrag or Almer. Like if you look at that purple bear from War of the Three Kingdoms, I think his name was Wang Xiaojun. So he only does maximum health reduction. He doesn't have his own damage. So but on his own, he won't kill anybody. But with Misty, you could actually, and at fast speed, mind you, so every 7 tiles this tends to happen again and again. You get to reduce the health by 180, but at the same time, you're also dealing 180 damage, 180% damage. So that's, I think that makes her where you want her to be as a max health reduction hero. If you look at Camilla, for example, so Camilla reduces max health by 800, but she doesn't deal an additional damage. I think what she does is she will reduce the special skill defense by 40%, 40 or 60%. So if you use Camilla together with Misty, I think that will be the best pairing because you reduce by 800. And then if that is not the maximum health that you get to reduce, Misty does that for you and deals the 180% damage. So that's where you can kill an opponent. So yeah, I like Misty as a character. I think this is really good. As well, she's like a healer plus a damage dealer, which is pretty awesome, I would say. So this would be the best pick out of the seasonal summons. So we have 20 epic hero tokens. I'm not going to use all. Let's maybe use 10. I'm gonna sacrifice some lambs here. Maybe about 6. Let's see. Alright. So let's do a 10 pool here. See what we get. Oh, it's white color this time, huh? Cyprian. Renfell. I'm not expecting anything, especially since the odds are so low. I like how it's white this time, so it doesn't exactly tell you anything. Oh wow, Itham. Okay. I was kind of scared there. I thought red means a 5-star coming. Oberon. Hisan. Oh, I totally forgot that they were the Sand Empire. I was just talking about them. Yeah. Well, doesn't look like we're getting anything. And the last one. Oh. Alright, that's about it. I'm probably not going to do any more pulls. Wish you guys all the best in pulling. If you got Misty, Flip, or Mortimer, do let me know. I want to see whether you guys are keen on leveling them or if they're going to stay on the bench. And I'll see you guys in the next video. GG.